Hey guys, welcome to the UpNext podcast, where we are interviewing teen entrepreneurs that are making it big time in the startup world. We are asking the questions we know you want to hear. UpNext is an app made for teens where anyone can join or build a real-life startup.
Our guest today is Aaron Golbin, which he's a 17-year-old entrepreneur from the States, to be exact from NYC, from New York, and who pretty much knows anything about everything, AI, technology, product management, and countless of startups. Aaron is the founder and chief of Debate Island, an online debate platform, and of course, Lost Cry, which is a platform where you can honor your ancestors by sharing their story. Founder of Best Deal Wins, which is a gamified platform to help you save money, and countless startups. And I would love to give you the floor. Aaron, the floor is yours.
Thank you guys for having me.
You are quite the know-it-all, Aaron.
Yeah, I mean, everything and anything.
There's a lot of stuff I still cannot do and I still don't know, but I'm learning a lot as I progress in my entrepreneurial journey.
That is amazing. It's so original. Like everything you thought of, I'm thinking to myself, like, how did you get here? It is amazing. So you have all these businesses, like we said, probably some that we didn't even mention. How did you find yourself creating the first business? What sparked the idea?
Yeah, sure. So I made my first business, which I call King's Corporation, when I was 8 years old. I was in third grade. I saw a big problem.
I can't even take you seriously. Okay, keep going.
So I saw a big problem in our school, and that was that there was no really entertainment indoor and outdoors during our lunch period for kids in my school. So I made this basically venture, and it provided outdoor entertainment for kids. So like kickball, different types of games, for example, and
Nice.
It really improved the school experience of the students. So I left that in 5th grade. And then I learned about technology, how to program, computer science from courses online.
5th grade, yeah.
And they were all basically free for the most part, if not all of them. And then I made Debate Island in 7th grade, and then Lost Cry and Best Deal Wins in 8th grade. And I got involved with 2 other ventures. I co-founded something else, one of them just last year. So I've been doing a lot entrepreneurially lately, and now I'm really working a lot in Debate Island.
Very busy. And the Debate Island came from you being on the debate team, right? You like
Yes, I've never really been in a debate team, but I've always loved to debate casually, whether it be with my classmates or family members or whoever it may be.
And you could have been a lawyer.
I don't think so. But so I in 7th grade, I really wanted to make some sort of a new company, and I was coming up with ideas, and I saw, I love to debate, and there is no place to debate online where anyone.
But everyone finds themselves fighting online anyway. But now we have.
Right. But that's because it's not meant for debating. So platforms like Twitter and Facebook, which have a lot of issues like privacy concerns, obviously, and just bad policies in Facebook's arena, but they're not really meant for debating. They're just meant for, basically commenting, and that's not very civil. It's not going to lead to any productive conversation. So
stating your opinion, to be just like exact.
Right. And that's not really debating. Debating is two-sided.
Right.
So I wanted to make a platform, and there's nothing like this that existed or exists today except Debate Island, where anyone can come in, debate casually or formally with anyone all around the world in a civil way, and while improving the debating skills, and also while learning a lot about the other side's perspectives.
Right.
Nice.
So pretty much anything you can debate about.
Yeah, basically debate anything. Yeah, for the most part.
That sounds.
We have communities from like politics to philosophy to history to economics, all the way to like tea and coffee and the latest products.
I was about to ask. Could it be like silly stuff, like which cheese do you prefer or whatever? Like you can do.
Listen, again, it's debate anything. So I mean, most of our debates are very high end, informative debates, but we do have some that are pretty. Debate anything.
There, yeah.
Right. And that's fine. Again, you can debate anything on debateisland.com, and it's really great. And also connect with friends, connect with others from around the world. Yeah, it's like a social network for debating.
Nice.
I love it.
Well, you have all these projects going on, and being a such young entrepreneur, you're just 17 years old now, who do you consider being your first mentor, and how did they help you? And was it someone close or someone new in your life?
Yeah, so I mean, my biggest mentor is my father. He also started his own, venture a long time ago, maybe around, I mean, at this point, probably like 25 years ago.
Uh,
But he's also in the business space, and he's very entrepreneurial himself, and he's really helped me. He's still helping me a lot,
Mhm.
and to really progress my ventures.
Big in the game.
Right.
nice.
And I've also had a few other mentors outside of my father, and who are incredible.
That you met like along your journey, like people that came into your life because of what you're doing?
Uh, Not necessarily. Some I know because of my father, and then a connection made another connection, and that's
Yeah,
how it works,
that's
which is
always
really
nice.
great.
It's always good to have connections.
Right.
So, as we said, you have so many platforms that we can talk about. So, I do have this question of how much time did it take you to build the first product that you launched? But I'm going to let you pick which product that is because we have so many to choose from.
Right.
Right.
So I'll talk about Debate Island for this one. That's my biggest venture,
Mhm.
and the one I'm putting most of my time in right now. So in Debate Island, I launched in April 30th of 2016, and then I made basically like an MVP, a minimum viable product. That was not too long, but then we did like a huge redesign. So it was basically a new platform, and that took like a few months. But by the way, Debate Island is still actively developed. We're still developing the website. Actually, right now we're working on a huge like transformative update for Debate Island.
Mhm.
So it's always progressing, which is great, and we're always making it an even better online debating experience, the best in the world in our opinion.
Do you find yourself learning from your audience, always changing because they have some advice to give you?
Well, I mean, most of the things that we do are, my ideas, but yeah, I really value. I think that actually in any venture, user feedback is extremely important. I really value that in Debate on all my other ventures.
Mhm.
So if a user says, this is a good this is a good like new feature, and we think that okay, it is, let's do it. So I think that user feedback is very important. Everyone should listen to the user feedback that they're provided.
Yeah, it's the
Right.
people
For
we're
sure.
aiming for. So
Right.
for sure.
For sure. Well, you talked about Debate Island, so I'm just gonna keep on talking about it. How did you pay for the first production or the first version of Debate Island?
Yeah, sure. So I started it probably like $50 in 2016, and obviously, hosting fees, domain fees, it adds up, but it's still not like anything significant
Mhm.
compared to a lot of other startups. And by the way, we've had $0 on any advertising spend. We've done literally no, $0 in advertising. So we're really, really agile, and we don't have a lot of expenses, which is very good. So we have a great balance sheet.
Nice, nice. So that $50 were just pocket change you had from other things you've done, or was it like your father or someone investing in you?
No, so my grandparents gave me $50 just to
Nice.
spend it on a vacation that we were going to Dallas, Texas. It's a great place, and
Right.
so I saved the money. And I said, okay, I mean, I want to make Debate Island, and here's the hosting fee, here's the domain fee, and I'm gonna I'll pay for it.
Oh, that's so nice.
Nice. Nice.
So we really do. We have Debate Island and we have the what's it called? Lostandcry.com,
Must
right?
cry.
Lost Cry. And that was just I read the story and it's so heartwarming that how you got to is that the same are those the same grandparents? Are we talking about the same ones?
Yeah. So my great grandmother Tizislavsky. Yeah. So that's who it's dedicated to.
That's really sweet.
Sweet. Very sweet. I personally am also a grandchild to Holocaust survivors as well. So
Oh yeah, you should put their story up on Lost Cry if they have.
for sure, for
Yeah.
sure, will do.
So
Yeah.
many stories. I'm sure there are like it's endless.
Yeah, and
It's
I think it's very important as well to save these ancestor stories and put them on the internet where people can view them and really be grateful for what they have, and make sure that their atrocities, these atrocities that occurred like wars, Holocaust, genocide, which are just horrific, are not going to happen again.
Right, for sure.
So you can also take the next question to whichever platform you like. So how did you get those first users, those first customers to step onto the platform? What was it like?
Yeah, that was very hard. So I mean, yeah, getting the first users. I mean, it was really based on this is especially for people who are working on online, websites.
Mhm.
SEO, search engine optimization, is
Right.
critical for scaling your startup and your user base and your traffic if you have users. That's basically how we got it. We just got it through SEO and really pushing that and organic traffic, as well as spreading the word of Debate Out on other platforms, like guest posting. That was very effective as well.
All right, sounds good. So you basically, like you said, you didn't waste any money or invested any money in marketing. It was all because of the good product. The word of mouth just expanded.
Right. I mean, it was a lot of effort to put into gaining organic traffic, again, through guest posting, posting other websites that are similar audiences, as well as a lot of SEO, a lot of search engine optimization, some social media, which is not too effective. Word of mouth, that's great as well.
Yeah, I mean,
but right now we're really focusing on SEO.
Right. All right. So you have, like we said through the whole podcast, you have a bunch of different companies. So many. It really was hard to count, I have to say. What was the next goal? What is the next goal you're aiming for with any one of your companies?
Yeah, sure. So Debate Island's goal is really to make online debating mainstream and make easy to use, casual and formal online debating while socializing all on one platform, while making friends and befriending others on the platform, all in one social network, all in one online debate platform. Our goal is to basically make it, huge. We want to make this like Twitter and Facebook, but for online debate. And I'm very excited. I think we're going to get there.
I think so. You really seem in the right direction.
Yeah.
So you've done all of these amazing things, and it seems, so successful, and you were in Forbes, and I'm standing here like face bombing. And just could you share a point with me in your journey where you experienced like a real fail moment and how you dealt with that? Tell me that you're human.
Sure. Yeah, sure. So bestdealwins.com, I actually shut it down a few months ago just because, time management. I was not able to keep up with school and Debate Island and Lost Cry. I was also working on another venture back then that I co-founded, but now that's shut down as well just with COVID-19. I had to shut it down, and that's okay. I think that the idea itself was just too niche, so I don't think it really would have worked out too well, and I just didn't have the time to. I don't have the time to manage that as well. I'm really putting a lot of effort in Debate Island right now, especially in Lost Cry a little bit as well. And so, but look, I think that in entrepreneurship and in business, there's no failure. Like failure is not a thing. I think that it doesn't matter if you fail. You're not really failing. You're actually growing because you're growing your experience, and you can use that experience to do something else or just do something totally different. That's totally fine as well.
Right. You never fail. You just learn from every. A failure is actually a learning curve.
Right. Exactly.
You're totally right. Well, you started all these companies. I'm sure you had a lot of business partners, co-founders, and stuff like that. What are the 3 traits you look into when you're trying to get another coworker or trying to get a founder with you on a project?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So I think that there's a few traits. The first one would be integrity. I think that's very important. You can trust the person, that they clearly, they keep by their word. The second one, which I think is extremely important, is they're complementing your skill set that you already have. They're not going to, if I'm good at marketing, for example, if I'm good at finance, for example, they're not going to come in and be good at the same thing at the same level. I think that's just, pointless. You should have somebody that will complement your skills. So for example, if you're not good at marketing or finance, get someone that is. And then the third one, which I think is also critical, is that they're willing to put in a lot of hard work into the venture. They're not going to go and, go partying like 5 days a week or whatever, or 2 days a week, and while you're there and working.
We don't have
to be very dedicated to the venture.
Right.
They have to be very dedicated to the venture that you're building,
For
and
sure.
That's extremely important. That has to be a big part of it.
This is like another relationship when you have a co-founder. It's like a mini marriage. You're gonna be together for a while. I mean, here's hoping, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah. So I'm sure that being such a young entrepreneur, you've seen a bunch of advantages of everyone like, wow, you're so young and you're a genius, and probably disadvantages that we have all learned from. Could you share with me some of those disadvantages?
Yeah, well, first of all, I just want to say that a youth entrepreneur can do anything that an entrepreneur can do. It's just you have to work hard and work smart, and you're going to probably get there as long as it's a good idea. Now, the advantage I would say is, well, let's start with the disadvantage. Disadvantage would be not financing, but getting funding. So it is a little bit more difficult to get funding, investment from, funds or investors or
People
venture
are like,
capital,
who is
basically.
this kid? He doesn't know.
Right. I mean, well, there's a few issues. The first issue is legal, actually. Like, I mean, I don't know about other countries, but in the United States it is.
Oh
There's a
yeah,
legal
totally.
issue, of
Right.
signing contracts with minors. That
Right.
happens sometimes where some people, I mean, a lot of people are gonna, they're fine with it, but
Mhm.
some people are not. They're just a little bit more, they think it's a little bit too risky for them,
Mhm.
which I don't think that it is, but that's okay. So the second part would be just credibility. Do you want to back a startup that's founded by
Right.
whoever
By me.
that's under 18? Right. So I mean, I've been able to get investment if I wanted to. I actually don't have any investment that I accepted, but I was able to get investment. And I still am able to. It's just I don't want to at the moment. I don't need that right now. But I think that, yeah, I mean, entrepreneurs can get investment, but it's just be a little bit more difficult if they're under 18. But it's doable. Now, the advantage would be, I think, your time management, really, because you don't have a full-time job usually. So you can put a lot of effort in addition to school. You can put a lot of effort into working on your venture, which is great.
Yeah, I'm sure like a lot of the young entrepreneurs probably continue with school, but think to themselves like, I know I don't need this. I know what I'm doing.
Well, no, I
Right.
don't think so. I think it's just the school day is 7 hours long, and work day is usually like that's a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
So you have a few more hours to work on the venture, which is great.
Yep. Sounds good. Well, you being the CEOs of all of these companies, I'm sure you have like one tool that you use or one tech tool that is like truly a lifesaver. So, which tool do you use that you think can be beneficial for any entrepreneur?
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, obviously Wi-Fi is very important.
Right.
Specific tool? I don't really know. Actually, I do. I think that, I mean, it's not really a tool. It's more of a platform. I
Right.
think that any like educational platform. So I'll give you a few. Codeacademy.com is great. That's why I learned first how to program with a bunch of different programming languages. They're amazing. It's online. It's free. It's interactive. It's really great. The
Nice.
second one I think is Udemy. That's great as well. Udemy.com. It's like a
Yeah.
learning platform. Coursera, edX. They're both great. So any like online learning platform is really great because you have to always continuously learn. I think that's a great
Right.
thing and it's very important in entrepreneurship. So always continuously learn new things.
Totally true. That
Yeah.
is I think that is like I think that's the best answer I've heard from all these from the question we asked from the tools because, like you said, learning is power. Knowledge is power. So continue learning all the time is the best way to go forward.
Yes, I love the answer actually, not like a
Right, it's fun and it's
Trello.
productive, which is great.
Right.
So you've probably met a bunch of, new people throughout the journey and slowly thinking of people like, I wish I could meet that guy. Which entrepreneur currently inspires you the most these days?
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's probably Elon Musk. I think that Elon Musk is just
God.
incredible. And
Dodge
that's a
coin
lot
to
of
the
people, but
moon.
I do agree with that. I think that what he's doing in the fields of just moving the world forward beyond Earth even. So I think it's just
Right.
incredible what he's doing and how much effort he's putting into what he's doing and his social impact. And he's just an incredible entrepreneur. And I really have a lot of respect for him. As well, there's another one too. Peter Thiel, who is also an incredible entrepreneur.
Right.
What he's doing is amazing. He's a great investor. And I really enjoyed his book, 0 to 1. It's a great book on agile startups, and I thought it was very helpful.
Nice.
And by the way, they actually know each other. They're both from PayPal, so that's interesting.
Oh yeah, I'm sure
Right,
they're the
they're
best of
both-
friends.
Right, there's a synergy, right?
Two human gods we
Sure.
have right here.
For sure.
I love how Elon can do pretty much,
Anything.
and make it genius. I
And
No,
the
he is,
power
right, yeah.
and the power that he has, like he just tweets something,
Right,
the
it's
stock
great.
of that something goes up
there, boom,
or
it's
it's just
everywhere.
amazing the power that he has.
Right.
We talk about all this power and knowledge, like you said, knowledge is power. But which trait you think is your weakest, and you have to outsource it to a different partner?
Yeah, sure. That's a good one. I think that I'm not really like too into advertising. That's not really my thing. So I would outsource that.
Mhm.
And again, that's a great thing about being an entrepreneur. You can outsource things as well. You don't have to be good at
Sure.
everything. Most people are not good at everything, so you can outsource. That's totally fine. Work at things that you're good at, and improve as well, and things that you are and things that you're not good at as well.
Yeah, it's always
Sure.
it's good to know what you're not good at. It's good to know how to find the people that are, the things that are, maybe not people. So our next question is kind of a cheesy one, but I'm sure you've heard it before, and I hope you will give me the most original answer. What single piece of advice can you give to all the teens listening and wishing to be in your chair?
Yeah, sure. So I think that it's very, very important. To make a successful business, I think that you have to put an enormous amount of time and effort, and while working smart, that's very important to work smart into your venture. So if you're not willing to put a lot of effort into not even go into entrepreneurship, I mean, it's a lot of work, but if you like it, it's not even work. I mean, for me, it's not even work. I love it. It's just
For
great.
sure.
And I want to keep doing it for the rest of my life for a very, very long time, hopefully. And I really enjoy it. And so do a lot of other entrepreneurs. So I think that's totally fine.
I mean, that is actually, I agree with you the most. When it's something that you love to do, it's not even work. It's
Exactly.
totally true. We have a few bonus questions that we'd like to ask you, and the first one is how important is it for young entrepreneurs to think about social change and to apply it into your business?
Yeah, so every single one of my companies has some sort of social
Right,
Right,
right.
you're big on the social change.
It's a great question for you, actually.
Yeah.
right. I mean, I think that social impact is incredibly important, and every single company, startup, whatever it may be, has to have it. I think that's the reason that businesses even exist, to make social change and to improve the world, and that's what all my businesses are doing as well. And I'm very dedicated to social impact.
That's really nice. It really, everything that you're doing just
And
seems.
I think that a lot of companies right now don't even have that. And I think they have to really get some sort of social mission correlated with their product.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, I agree. I think today's generation is thinking a lot more about how am I going to
To
impact the
save this
world.
earth, right?
Yeah, whether it's, eco-wise or socially or both, whichever way, looking
Right. Yeah.
to do better.
I think it's very important to have social impact in your company. Yeah.
For sure.
So last question, a little bit of a less serious question, so feel free to go all out.
Right.
If you could have any superpower in the world, what would you pick?
Yeah. I mean, I would probably, I would learn like 10 times faster. I think that's a good thing.
We
That
had
just-
our last
Yeah,
podcast had the same
Oh,
answer,
really?
Same
Okay.
answer.
but she
Smart
was
guy.
like modest. She was like, instead of 10,000 hours, I'll study like 100 hours, and
for
that'll be
1,000,
enough.
yeah.
And I'm like, no, I want to like
Definitely
snap my
learn.
fingers.
Yeah,
I
I
want
would
to know
have definitely
everything.
increased my learning like speed by 10 times probably, so I can increase my
Wow.
company's social impact and keep working on our product.
So you're
That's
just always
it's
on track.
amazing. I mean, it's amazing that we, interviewed a bunch of young entrepreneurs and successful young entrepreneurs, and all of you guys want to learn faster, which is amazing.
Very important, right?
Or we had someone that said, I want to not need to sleep
Right.
so I can have
Not
the
need to
rest of my
sleep.
day.
That's a great one. Yeah, I would agree with that too. If I would have a second option.
I mean,
Right.
it's like even the superpower you're using is for the greater good of your products, let's say.
That's very important, right?
So yeah, you're always thinking about it. I like that. So Aaron, if there's anything else you want to add, feel free. And it was really nice getting to know you. We can't wait to, edit this all up and have it ready and have you send it wherever you can, have people debate about it. I'd love that.
Yeah, the beta is pretty cool.